Hello and welcome to another video. I sound so upbeat, don't I? And guess what? I'm not. Alright, it is February 26th and it is 1:58 p.m. Late start, been on the phone with a few people. Which was a good reminder. The phone calls that I had are from new friends that I met here in this lot. And there's a reason they're calling me, you know. It's not because they didn't care about me, or if they didn't like me or that, they wouldn't call me, right? So there's a reason for all that, which just confirms the reason that God bringing me up here and having me come to this lot for some reason in this part of town where I've met these people and help people, and they've helped me too. You know, it's a two-way street. God just keeps confirming that I'm hearing him and that I'm doing what he's telling me to do. I have my doubts sometimes because it's been so frustrating being out of work and stuff. You know, and I was just talking to my one friend, Cliff, about it today. About when it's parked over there and the guy that I helped change out the water pump a little bit. That video hasn't come out yet. Well, it'll come out before you see this one. Maybe even today. I don't know. I'm getting ready to head to the library and upload videos. But even that was God confirming that I'm supposed to be here, because, you know, when I helped him change that water pump and started talking to him about God and me coming up here and meeting people and helping people that I see that need help and stuff. And next thing you know, I brought up something about my old neighborhood. And that had to be God or the Holy Spirit speaking through me. Because when I started talking about where I lived, off of 7th and Exchange and the Ramsey house and all this other stuff, and he's like, get out of here, you know. Get out of here. He couldn't believe it. I was shocking him. And I'm like, well, I could see he was so shocked. I'm like, why? He said, that's where I live, and I still live there. I've lived there all these years. Well, it turned out that from when I was 5 to 11, and he was like 11 to 17 or 18 or whatever, or something like that. We interacted that whole time, not on a daily basis, but, you know, during those period of years, because every name I said, every story I told, he knew and responded to. Like, I mentioned somebody's name, which was an older brother of somebody I hung out with that was more his age. And when I mentioned the name, he responded instantly with that guy's nickname. And I said, yeah, I used to hang out with his little brother, you know. And so it didn't matter. Anything I said to him, he was just shocked, because it was like I was telling him his past, you know. And I was liking it because it was just confirming that when I was just telling him about how God guided me up here or whatever, and I've been, you know, helped other people here, and I've seen you working on this, figured I'd see if you needed a hand, you know. Well, then next thing you know, here it is, we have a connection from both our pasts. He was 63, 64, and I'm 57. So. But yeah, that was just, to me, that was God confirming that I'm hearing him, and I'm supposed to be in this area like I feel, you know, because I start doubting myself, you know, like maybe, you know, maybe I'm not hearing it or reading it right or something like that. But every time I do that, he does something to confirm that no, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, you know. And that was one of those days, because I looked out my front curtain here and seen him with his hood up, and I was going to head to the library and upload videos or whatever, and edit, and seen that guy with his hood up and thought, well, Lord, this guy got his hood up out there, and I have to go out and see if he needs help before I go anywhere, you know. So that day I didn't get to the library till like 2, 3 o'clock. I made it time to check mail, and I think I might have edited some videos or something like that. But so I'm just babbling on here. How long is this room? Okay, well, I guess I better get heading to the library, otherwise this video is going to end up getting really long, which it might do anyway. And another thing I was going to say is that, because I've been getting really drained this week, and I started wondering if I was had the flu bug that's been going around. So I've been analyzing myself more, and I don't think it's that. I think I might have maybe got it just slightly. But if anything, I feel more mentally, emotionally, and spiritually drained than I do, physically or sickness or whatever. Just nodding at some people there by their trucks. So, and I'm still having my up and down, especially when I get up in the morning. It's, I feel pretty beat up with the situation I'm in. Because it ain't like nothing awesome's happened yet, and I don't have an income yet. And I've been without an income for 8 months now or whatever. And amazingly, have had wonderful support and help from the community and stuff. Wouldn't have made it without them, that's for sure. Well, I don't know how to say that because I don't want to negate God, because God is what created it all. Everything, all the help that I've had, God sent them to me, whether they realize it or not. It was all part of God's plan, I think, or whatever. We are on the road to the library. And another thing I talked about, which I talked to my friend this morning about too, is that I was telling him how the videos I filmed last night that I also have to edit yet, I did a lot of venting. And I normally try to put out a pretty positive message amongst explaining my tough situation. But the last few videos I made last night on my road running dark, I did a lot of venting and complaining and stuff, Not like, I wasn't like swearing or cussing or nothing bad or calling people names, but I was venting about the wrongs that have been done to me in life and the hard struggles I'm going through and just getting it out. And I caught myself and I apologized to you viewers that, because I don't like putting out negativity, but then again, on a positive note of the negativity, it's me being real and sharing it all, I don't know, and there's more to share, but some of it's too, I can't get too detailed in my sibling stuff right now, because some of that's still in the process of trying to be resolved. I don't want to create more problems or anything, but, traffic here. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes I pull up to an intersection and just be able to float right on through. And another time you get a whole bunch of traffic. You gotta wait forever. Towards the back. Turn this heat down a little bit. I can feel the heat. Not only in life, but coming out of this dash. So, I don't know, I'm all over the map again, I think. Oh, here's a big old bump I gotta avoid. Time is it anyway again? Oh yeah, it's 2 o'clock. So, it's a little after 2. I don't know where I was going, what I was saying. Now I got that traffic, pulling out that traffic kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't like the bumpy road. I gotta remember not to come this way. And one night I ended up staying at the parking ride. If I would have came back this way, there was power lines down on this road. But I've seen it up, somebody posted it online for the community area. And I was like, well, that's good, because I planned on staying the night down here anyway. Yeah, it was right here, I think it was. somewhere. Oh, maybe it was that pole right there. It looks like that pole's been repaired. So back to the Lord confirming everything that I'm where I'm supposed to be. It hasn't been easy. I don't know what this whole challenge and test has been about. But it's weird, you know, as much as I feel God saying he don't want me working a normal job or something. It's just tough, man. So that's another thing I was griping about last night while I was venting. I was griping about... I was even talking to God while I was filming, saying, you know, Lord, you know, I gotta either guide me, show me something, you know, because every time I fill out an application, I feel like I'm disobeying God or going against Him for what I feel I'm supposed to be doing. But I don't know how I'm supposed to do it and do it with nothing, you know. But He has been providing. I'm still alive and still surviving, and He keeps providing, and you know. But I'm burning out to where, you know, I'm always wondering how I'm going to make it to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. So I stress in between. But every time somehow something happens, somebody helps me or says, hey, like one time at the gas station, my friend, I put in diesel, topped off the diesel, and then he told me when I was done, pulled my camper around the other way because he knows my gas thing's on the opposite side, and he said put $25 in the camper. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. I said, well, thank you. You know? And I really needed it too. So, I don't know how he knew I needed it, but I really did that time, boy. I was really hurting. You know? And, I still had gas. I wasn't run out yet, but I was stressing out about it big time. And, yeah, so it was amazing. So that kind of stuff keeps happening. But the thing is, you know, because I don't have a normal income like when I'm working, when I had normal income, I know, well, I got another check coming, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be okay, I got another check coming, you know, and I budget my money well. I didn't just spend myself broken and I'm waiting for days to call, I can't wait till my check gets here. No, when I was working, you know, I paid my bills and kept a cushion and everything, so I was, you know, and I always had funding for everything. So now it's totally opposite, you know. I'm always wondering how I'm going to make it to the next thing, you know. So it gets stressful, so I was kind of griping to the Lord about it. And I said, asked the Lord, I said, you know, even, you know, can you give me a temporary relief from this? You know, can I go back to the temp agency and the employment agency and see if I can get some temp work for a little bit so I can squirrel away some money to survive on again for a while, because it's really stressing me out, you know. And I said, and last time I went to the temp service, they told me they couldn't find work for me until after the new year. And now, of course, we're already into the second month of the new year, almost into the second month. They haven't called me, and I, of course, haven't called them either, so I'm just as guilty, you know. But when they told me they couldn't find me work in whatever it was, November or whatever, November, December, I don't know when it was. I'd have to look at my videos or something. Or maybe I could look at my schedule on my phone. But when they told me they couldn't find me work, that shocked me. I've never had an employment agency tell me they couldn't send me to work. You know, that was weird. So I don't know. And I've had wonderful job interviews that have went extremely well, and I thought for sure they're going to hire me. You know, multiple job interviews like that. And well, that's another weird thing. I didn't even get a call from them or nothing saying, sorry, we decided to go, or a letter or an email saying, you know, we decided to move forward with somebody else. Now, I've had that from other jobs, but you'd think the ones that I had actually sat down and had a really good interview with, that they would have at least said something to me. You know, the first one, well, not the very first one, but the most recent first one, I know that sounds confusing, but for the Amazon delivery driving jobs and stuff. The first interview I had there went so well, and they told me I should be hearing from them by the following Friday or whatever, you know. And it sounded real confident, like I had it, you know. I thought for sure I was getting hired there. And I didn't hear from them. I called them, I've emailed them, never heard a peep from them. You know, I can't get through, can't leave messages, or voicemails are full. And matter of fact, I just applied for another Amazon deal today. This is like the 9th position at the same place because they got so many different subcontractors that delivery van people, companies. And this is like the 9th one I've sent through or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at my records to count it. But I had another one come up today, and I said, oh, well, there it is. Same place and everything. So I just sent it all through and applied again. And I'm sure, I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but I'm so used to them saying no or wasting my time and interviewing me and not calling me or whatever that I'm pretty sure that I'll get the email from, like I've been getting from the different companies now for that driving job, that I'm getting emails saying they decided to move forward with somebody else. But at least they're, responding to me. Let's see what I can do here. Trying to listen because I know there's a tree on the right side of me here while I'm backing up. It's been behind the next parking spot, but I'm trying to make sure that the branches ain't going to crunch into my camper. No, I think I'm all right. There it is. Woohoo. Bump. There we go. We are backed up. Shut that off so I ain't burning fuel. So I don't know. When I was backing up there, I totally forgot where I was again. And I'm here at the library. I'll take off my glasses so you can see me eyes. See me eyes. Look at me eyes. Well, thank you very much. I am Scottish Irish, I don't know if I did that well or not, but then I used to be a scrapper, a little bit of a scrapper anyway. And my hair's all funky. I have to cut it, especially now that we're gonna have warmer weather coming. I gotta shave too. My neck is like that. Yep, It's one thing nice about having a solar panel. Or solar panels and inverters and batteries and stuff. I'm on 120 power in here, so I can tell I'm just gonna have to plug in the shaver, shave my neck clean, and cut my hair again, and then use my other electric shaver to do the fine stuff. I may be getting older and grayer, but I'm still happy I'm me, I guess. I shouldn't say I guess. I'm happy I'm me. I like who I am. And I hope that doesn't come across as big-headed or conceited or anything like that. Once again, ta-da! Well, all the other people do it. I'll suggest people to like the video and stuff and share it. So, guess if that helps you grow, I gotta try, right? No matter what. I hope I'm doing something good here. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Tell God I say hi. See you in the next one.